What is the occult? There is what people have been indoctrinated to believe that it is. There is what people think that it is. There is what people have been brainwashed and predictively programmed to believe that it is. And then there's what it actually is. A lot of the Western world is founded on Christian principles. Whether or not the world are devout Christians or not in the Western world is not the issue. It's that a lot of the white European nations, or the nations that were once predominantly white and European, were founded on Christian principles. In those Christian principles, we are taught that in the various ways that it will get into our minds or be presented to us, that the occult is the dark side. The occult is, for instance, black magic or black witchcraft or the things that evil people do and sometimes the things that evil people study. Studying a body of knowledge does not make one evil or good. It's the moral compass within that being and how they actually use and apply the knowledge obtained through the study. The very word occult, O-C-C-U-L-T, comes from the Latin word occultus. And what it means is that which is hidden from view, that which is veiled, that which is covered over, something that is secret. Now, a perfect example for Christians is all of the things that are hidden, that are veiled, that are kept secret from the world, that are hidden in the Vatican Library. That information has been occulted. As I have said before in recent videos, the power structure on this planet does not want you to be a knowledgeable man or woman. They do not want you to possess knowledge that would lead to you having a level of power in your life, in this world, that they cannot control. The information that they don't want you to study because of the implications of what it will do to you and for you, meaning grow you, evolve you, broaden your perspective, give you the eyes to see, and on and on. It will help you to know thyself. And the Egyptian proverb says, man, know thyself, and you will know the universe and God. The occult information and all of the knowledge contained within the occult, things like alchemy, Hermeticism, Gnosticism, various types of mystery schools, magic schools, Golden Dawn, Thelema, OTO, and things of that nature, teach human beings, well, a myriad of different things. But one of the things that you will learn the most about is yourself, your limitations, your strengths, where you get in your own way, your fears, where you are courageous. It will teach you in any of these schools about your own will, about your own spirit essence, about your own soul. There are things contained within these bodies or genres of information that are contained under the broader umbrella of occult that they do not want you to know. There's a reason they want you ignorant. Now, it would be easy to say or to conclude, well, all of the evil people, or a lot of the evil people, they're all into this magic and or witchcraft or occulted stuff, so it's got to be the dark side. Again, knowledge or information is benign, unless it's specifically written so that when you read it, it, turns you or teaches you things that will lead you to the dark side, so to speak. They say in Kabbalistic schools, and that's Kabbalistic with a Q, there's the left-hand path on the tree of life and the right-hand path. There is 3 paths, left-hand, right-hand path, and the center path. The people that run the world, that are in control, that possess extraordinary knowledge in the realms of the occult, clearly are using it for malevolent purposes. But that does not mean that a man or a woman with a moral compass that isn't broken or bent could not use the same knowledge that these people on the dark side possess to do good things, to do good works, to do things that would be considered on the side of the light, that which is not dark, that which is not hidden. The occult is everything they don't want you interested in. They don't want you to learn about. Look at the landscape of the world that you live in and consider how many shiny objects and flashing lights, and I say that in quotes because there's lots of things in that category, of things that they have put out there in our world and in our society to grab the attention and the focus of our conscious mind, to have us focused external, television, Hollywood, video games, scantily clad women, scantily clad men, the things that titillate the senses, the things that speak to your animalistic senses, the things that speak to your sex drive, the things that speak to the lower, more base level animalistic aspects of the human. As the human begins to learn, thusly they begin to expand their awareness, their consciousness. The human begins to grow. And not, when I say evolve, I don't mean growing a tail or another appendage. Evolve in their very being, their perspectives, their perceptions, their mindsets, their belief systems, their comprehensions of themselves, of the nature of reality, and their place in it. If the world was full of people who were not distracted by the things in our world that are purposefully designed to grab our attention and to go after us in all of the areas that we are weak, like, for instance, the 7 deadly sins, the world is full of things that will allow you to just feed those 7 deadlies. As an example, it's not even a religious context that I'm referring to it. When you look at the way humans are made up, the 7 deadlies are some of the more, well, animalistic side of us can really feed on that, but they're some of the more base level aspects of us: lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, things of that nature. The world is designed the way that it is to feed all of that, or to allow you to feed all of that, and not be interested in self-education, not be interested in self-evolution, not be interested in, for instance, doing the inner work that is the task of the human in this world. And unfortunately, because of the rampant child abuse in all of the myriad of ways that it unfolds in this world, across cultures around the world, some of the biggest work, some of the hardest work, some of the most challenging work that the human will do in this life is healing that damaged and broken inner child, the neglected inner child, the abused inner child that never got certain things that a human child developing in a proper way, in a normal husband and wife, man and woman, father and mother scenario would get. This world is injecting the most perverse things into our societies, into our cultures, so that humankind, so that mankind does not evolve, does not grow. In fact, degrades, goes backwards rather than forwards. And for a sentient species like us that is capable of, that has been imbued with the ability for intelligence, critical thought, the use of logic, deductive reasoning, intuition, and other such faculties. Those are faculties that, to a large degree, need to be cultivated, need to be purposefully developed. And if the human being does not take it upon themselves to self-educate, to learn, for instance, about themselves, to learn about the human mind, to learn about their own mind, to learn about the subconscious mind and the things that are contained within the subconscious mind that make us up, that help to create our experienced reality. See, they the powers that believe they be, that are, whatever, the cabal, don't want you to know this about yourself. They don't want you interested in these things. Thusly, they have thrown the veil of the dark side, it's devil worship, it's black magic, it's insert negative inference here. Yet these people study it. They obtain the knowledge, they obtain the wisdom from such studies, and they choose to use it for the dark side. They choose to use it for malevolent, malefic, evil, diabolical purposes. And look at how powerful they have become. The same knowledge in the hands of a man or a woman with a solid moral foundation could be used for the exact opposite, could be quite literally used to counter what it is that we're seeing. But there's not enough people out there that seem to be interested in the occulted information. And whatever genre of occulted information that's out there, there's many of them. As you study mystery school teachings, as you become an initiate, you begin to be driven into yourself, because the key to magic is you. The key to power in this world is you. The key to developing any extrasensory abilities, perceptions, any of that stuff is you. And it's your understanding of what it is that we are and what it is that's contained within us. And then your focus on these things and your study of these things that will begin to unlock these abilities within you. And it will be different for everyone. I really want you to sit and contemplate what it is that I've said here. Look at the world you live in and how it has been purposefully designed to attract your attention external, to keep you distracted, to keep you focused external from religion that has you praying outside of yourself to a God that you've never met, that you've never seen, and that many people across their religious, Muslims, Christians, Jews, whatever, who claim to have had experiences with God, talked with God. God spoke to me last night while I was praying. These people are in an illusion or a delusional state, convincing themselves of things that are wholly untrue. What we have been told as a species about God has been categorically a lie. And it is not until a human being obtains a level of knowledge, comprehension, wisdom of the years, maturation, on top of, has done most likely multiple years of diligent study, research, feeding their mind, consuming information that helps them to obtain the knowledge that gives them the eyes to see and begins to look and assess what we've been told versus what objectively takes place in this reality. That is not something that many people seem all too eager to do, because should they do that, their entire belief system, their entire paradigm, their system of beliefs is going to be shattered into raw materials, and they are going to be left to pick up the pieces or to scrape up the dust and realize that they can't do anything with those materials anymore. They have to rebuild their belief systems, reform their paradigm to a better and more accurate understanding of what is actually real and true in this reality. Something, or a group of somethings, made us. Geneticists that brought us into existence. And it is not until we get to a level of consciousness, awareness, and even knowledge that we will begin to start to see and understand that there is something very, very, very different going on here than the systems in this world, from religion to government and politics, the educational systems, the entire Hollywood and television system, and the information that they're feeding us, the predictive programming they're putting into our minds from diapers until we're old and got rickety knees. That information is the information that is designed and purposefully crafted to keep you content with your understanding of what the nature of this reality is, to keep you content, entertained, and uninterested in learning about the things that, for instance, the very people who control this world study for themselves and just use that knowledge and use the power that they've accrued through the diligent study of these things for ill, for evil, diabolical, and dastardly purposes. You don't have to believe that for it to still be true. See, the truth is the truth. It remains the truth. You can throw as much crap on it as you want to. It's still the truth, whether it's got crap on it or not. The truth waits for mankind to find it. How are you going to be able to have the eyes to see? You think, oh, I'm an intelligent person, I'll figure it out. No, you won't.